Imagine waking up one day and saying, "Hey, I think I'll predict the future today." Seems absurd, right? But some of the greatest minds in history did just that, and they nailed it. Now, whether they were lucky or had some kind of superpower, these predictions actually came true, and some are downright mind-blowing. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around for the last one because it's guaranteed to give you chills. Let's kick things off with Nikola Tesla, the guy who lit up the world, literally. Back in 1909, Tesla didn't just mess around with electricity. He casually predicted that one day we'd be walking around with little gadgets in our pockets that could transmit information wirelessly. Yep, he basically predicted smartphones. And we're not talking about sending telegraphs or playing Snake. Tesla imagined people having instant access to data, talking to each other across continents with pocket-sized devices. What was he thinking? Probably about how we'd one day be glued to our screens. Thanks, Tesla. Mark Twain, the master of witty humor, wasn't just good at writing. It turns out he had a thing for cosmic timing, too. In 1909, Twain made a prediction that's hard to laugh off. He was born in 1835, the same year Halley's Comet zoomed by Earth. And Twain joked, or was he serious, that when the comet came back in 1910, he'd be out of here. Well, guess what? Twain passed away in April 1910, right on cue as Halley's Comet made its reappearance. Talk about making a grand exit. Next on the future guessing squad is H.G. Wells, who somehow wrote about atomic bombs before we even knew what atoms could really do. In 1914, Wells described a terrifying weapon in his book The World Set Free. He called it an atomic bomb, which would unleash the power of the atom and cause unimaginable destruction. Fast forward to 1945. World War II ends with the first real atomic bombs dropped on Japan. Wells wasn't just writing science fiction, he was writing the future. And I'm pretty sure no one wants to live in that kind of future. In 1900, John Elfreth Watkins, an engineer, wrote an article where he made a few out there guesses about what the 21st century might look like. He thought people would be able to communicate instantly without wires. Hello, internet. And even send pictures through these invisible lines. Imagine telling someone in 1900 that in 100 years we'd be sharing cat memes from halfway across the globe. Watkins wasn't a tech wizard, he just had an unusually good grasp of what the future might hold. Maybe he had Wi-Fi before the rest of us. And then there's Leonardo da Vinci, because what list of futuristic geniuses would be complete without him? Not only did he paint the Mona Lisa, but he also sketched out an early version of a helicopter in the 1400s. Yeah, a helicopter, hundreds of years before the Wright brothers even thought about flying. He called it an aerial screw, and while his design wasn't ready for takeoff in his time, it's scarily close to the choppers we use today. Just imagine Da Vinci in a modern lab. He'd probably invent flying cars before lunch. Ray Kurzweil, a modern-day futurist and inventor, has a track record of predictions that make you wonder if he's already living in the future. In 1999, he said artificial intelligence would surpass human intelligence in specific areas, like playing chess. Fast forward just a couple of years and boom, AI starts beating humans at chess, poker, and now it's even driving cars. Kurzweil thinks we'll hit the singularity by 2045, when AI will outthink all of humanity combined. Let's just hope they don't start making smarter YouTube videos than us. And finally, the prediction that will give you chills. Ready for the big one? The prediction that might make you wonder if some people have a direct line to the future. In 1898, a writer named Morgan Robertson penned a novel called Futility, or The Wreck of the Titan. In this book, a massive, unsinkable luxury liner called the Titan hits an iceberg in the North Atlantic and sinks. Sound familiar? 14 years later, in 1912, the Titanic, another so-called unsinkable ship, struck an iceberg and suffered the same tragic fate. Robertson's fictional Titan and the real Titanic were eerily similar in size, passenger numbers, and the devastating outcome. Was this just a wild coincidence, or did Robertson have a window into the future? You decide. That last one still sends shivers down my spine. It's the kind of prediction that makes you question everything. What do you think? Just lucky guesses or something more? If you're as hooked on these eerie predictions as I am, hit that subscribe button, smash the notification bell, and let me know in the comments which one blew your mind the most.